All right, everybody, you have just tuned in to the Steel City Blitz Steelers Podcast presented by Deck Roofing Incorporated of South Florida. And gonna be doing something a little new during the course of the summer a little bit here. I know we're well into summer, but Ian and Ben, usually we record our stuff late at night. And so I've got some time during the days and figured, hey, why not do a few one-on-one interviews? And so I'm really excited to have the Hall of Famer, Rick Holman, with me today. And Rick, not only are you a Hall of Famer, but you're the first to do these one-on-one interviews. So, man, you obviously are living well right now.
No, thanks for having me on. I'm excited to be on here with the SteelDad officially again.
Hey, well, it is my pleasure. I just portray somebody much more important than I actually am. That's for damn sure. You guys, your family, you've been in quarantine, on and off like so many of us, and of course you're in Western PA and stuff, and you're a season ticket holder. We'll talk a little bit more about the Hall of Fame stuff in a few minutes, but how do you feel just going forward right now as we sit here on July 16th? The team's supposed to report in a little more than a week for training camp in Pittsburgh, not Latrobe. How are you feeling right now about all this?
To me, it's surreal. It's something that's been such a huge part of my life for all of these, my whole life, and all of these years being a season ticket holder. This is year 20 for me. So, like I said before, 2001, first season at Heinz Field is when I, officially got my license. So this week I'm expecting, the big box from FedEx with my tickets in there, and I take them all out, and, you smell them, and, football's in the air, and it's not happening. So they said that they're, not mailing tickets and everything's going to be digital. So,
right.
They can be flexible, obviously, but, for me, it's just so strange, Latrobe. And then they said, training camp at Heinz Field, like you said, but, I'm constantly looking for news. And I saw today the Dolphins, so they say no fans at camp,
right?
No fans if there's any preseason at all, and then no tailgating for the entire year. So now, is it just coming one after another? I don't know, but it just stinks. I'm disappointed.
I'm with you, and I know everybody listening is, and I'm just kind of, as you're talking about all the things that are kind of getting shoved aside, those are all rites of passage as a Steeler fan. To go to Latrobe, to even just go to a preseason game, to tailgate, and it's all gone. And look, I know I know you well enough to know that there's bigger things in the world than football, but the thing is this is something we look forward to every year. It
gives people that one thing, so many other families, that's number one, obviously, but, in health and safety, I'm all for it, but it's one of those things, that's what this city is, it's Steeler football, we love going to see the Pirates, and of course the Penguins are going to start up here soon, but, there's nothing like Pittsburgh in the fall, and where you got to be, and if that doesn't happen, I can't envision it, honestly.
And you mentioned the Penguins. Is that something that you think gives the people there just this even slightly positive feel just to be able to watch those guys again?
Yeah, I think so. They've been so successful, and they're loaded with superstars, and it's definitely U Sports is an escape, and if this trial run here with baseball and hockey, if it goes well, and we'll see how the team do. If everyone stays healthy on that side, maybe that is going to determine a lot, moving forward with the NFL.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think there's no doubt that the NFL is paying very, very close attention to the NBA, baseball, certainly hockey, and I think I just read a short time ago that 46 different NFL players have tested positive so far.
Wow.
For COVID. And, like we were talking before we started recording, it's just, we've seen youth sports in your area, in my area,
right.
These kids high-fiving, taking team photos together. And it's like, wait a minute, why is that okay? But yet all these other things aren't. But,
right.
I don't want to get into the politics of it too much, but
of course.
So you, I mean, this is just the dumbest question I could ever ask, but you're totally fine going to Heinz Field if you have to wear a mask, right?
Oh, for sure. And like I said before, hey, you know what? If they say, hey, you got to wear a Ray Lewis jersey and hold up a sign that says Tom Brady is the best, I'll do it. You know what I mean? I'll wear whatever you want me to wear to get in there. So mask, spacesuit, you tell me what's safest, and I'm in.
Well, you just went apocalyptic, man. I did not see that coming at all. But that's funny. And I think what it does is, I think it exemplifies not only you, but I think it exemplifies a lot of Steelers fans that we would do just about anything to be able just to go in and watch the Steelers. And
right.
If that's what you got to do, that's what you got to do. And it just cracks me up. Some of these people, I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that. And it's like, well, you know what?
Right.
Then don't complain when they cancel the season because, this is where we're at.
Right.
So,
right. If they say, hey, look, here's what you got to do to make this happen. I'm all in. I mean, what do you want it or do you not want it? Whether or not you believe in the whole mask deal, this and that, like I said, politics, of course, just, shut up and do your best. Do your best. Be a nice human being, like we've always said, and try to keep everyone safe, and let's get back to normal.
Absolutely. As much normal as we possibly can. And
right.
For you, for me, for so many others, just having Steelers football is normal. Right. So let me switch around just a little bit here, Rick. It was a year ago that whole process was kind of coming to a culmination where the NFL Hall of Fame was kind of opening this new wing, the Hall of Fame fans of the teams, and you kind of whittled your way down, and you and a guy from the Dolphins and the Bears, right? You three were the first inducted. And what has it been like for you? Because I think some people look at this and they think, oh, it's just a showpiece type thing for the NFL. It's not this big deal. But I can tell you from my experience and talking to you and reading and watching stuff, this is a huge deal. And I mean, what has it been like for you for the last year in terms of just the kind of alterations to your life?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things that no matter where I go, especially locally, and look, I get the whole idea. Look, hey, it's something just to bring a little bit of attention. Does it really matter? Should I, register and stuff? But honestly, it's the last year and a half has been the best year and a half of my life, and I keep saying that. I got invited by the Hall a couple weeks ago to surprise a young man. He lost his dad tragically. He was 40 years old, just, dropped dead at heart attack. And he's a huge Steeler fan. And they were taking him around for a private tour. So when they got to our display, I came around the corner and, brought him a terrible towel. And,
unbelievable.
With Mr. Baker and everything. And it's hard. It brings tears to your eyes a lot of times. You see stories and, about how inspirational the Hall is. And it really is. I mean, it makes you want to be a better person, honestly. So that's the way I look at it.
That's a great point. That's probably something I really hadn't thought of. I suppose there's probably, not that you aren't an upstanding individual, of course, but there's probably this little added pressure that you're in the Hall of Fame. So, man, I better be a better person, right?
Right. And, I look at it like this. I mean, obviously I've never played in the NFL, and if there's one honor that I could possibly receive, I mean, this is the next best thing, is to be in the actual Hall of Fame as the first Steeler fan. I mean, it's hard to even believe that it's happened, honestly. And, you talk about the core values of the Hall. Yeah. And I'm not only, it's not just about me, like I've said all along, I'm representing the Steelers and Ford and the Hall of Fame and, all of Steeler Nation. So I can't, not like I can't go around looking like a jerk and, being just, disrespectful to anyone because it's not just about me. I'm representing all of this and, I take it seriously. So it's been incredible.
Well, and I'm glad you do because you look out over the social media landscape and you see the way that fans behave from all 32 teams, Steelers included. There's some fans out there that say and do some really, really stupid stuff. And then I look back on, those great NFL films things of the 70s, and you see the Steelers fans sitting in the stands there at Three Rivers, and they got the hunter orange ski cap on, or their Lambert lunatic shirt, and so I'm putting myself in your position here, and I'm thinking you are the representative of all those people. And so I get it when you say, there's a little added extra something there.
Yeah, there is. I mean, it's when I put on the ring or the jacket, or it's all about kind of elevating yourself above and taking the higher ground in a lot of situations where maybe you want to say something, but you kind of bite your tongue because you gotta. And I get it. It's the first class and it's the first run. How does this go? We have our second class coming in, a guy from Tampa Bay, Kansas City, and Denver. They are our next class, and obviously that's all been postponed to 2021 with Donnie Shell and Cowher and Paul Mullis. So.
And has your wife or your kids, have they at any point had to say, hey, your head's getting a little too big for your body, you need to chill out here? I mean, have they had to give you an ego check at all?
No, I don't. I'm just the same old guy. There's nothing. I'm living my life. School's out for the summer, so everyone's home, and we just, nothing really changes. Of course, and obviously want to stay relevant and get my face in there and stay. Have the Hall call me like that on a whim because I'm an hour and a half away. It's close, and I would love for this to keep going as long as possible. And the more attention, the Ford Hall of Fans has, then, better for everyone.
No, I totally agree. And I think that might be one of the coolest parts is I think some people think, this is like a one-time shot. You go in, you're done. The fact that they're still calling you and they have you come do these appearances tells me anyway, they're pretty serious about this, not just this year, not just next year, but this is a thing that they plan to do for a long, long time.
Right. And when you go to the hall and you see our display, so they have a video screen there, and you can make your submission and tell them why you should be the next one inducted. And it says classes of 2019 through 2024 so far. So they have a 5-year contract going on with Ford. So it's going to be nice.
Yeah, definitely. And hopefully Ford sticks with it too and continues that. I mean, we all know how sponsorships work and stuff, but
of course.
So this year, I mean, obviously I think like most Steeler fans, you're looking forward to Ben being back under center and stuff. I mean, what are you excited about in terms of the Steelers this year? I mean, is it the defense? Is it just Ben being back? I mean, what is it you're excited about this year?
I mean, it's hard not to think Ben number one. I mean, he is the one that's going to run the show. Obviously, the offensive struggles of last year. I mean, and there's some bright spots, of course, but young receivers but I mean, so many points left out there. I mean, the offensive ranking of last year, and I saw you guys with the T-shirt. I survived the 2019 offense, or whatever,
since you're throwing that out there, that's you can get that T-shirt. I survived the Steelers 2020 offense. You can get that at DC4LCustomTees.com. Follow them at DC4L Custom Tees on Twitter. Awesome. Our store is there. They are so good to work with. I'm glad you brought that up, but it really was surviving that offense too.
Right. No, it's so you insert Ben. And everything clicks. I mean, fine, he may be a little rusty to start. So what? But he's a gamer, and supposedly, we say this a lot, Ben's in the best shape ever, so
yeah.
Everybody thinks, you grow a big beard. No, he didn't put on 500 pounds, just some beard, okay? Everyone take a deep breath, relax, he's in shape, he's good to go. And, you talk defense, I don't see why they wouldn't be, top 3 defenses in the league. So, young, powerful, fast. I don't really see too many weaknesses at all on defense. So
I don't either. I have the typical concerns I have every year, which of course is depth at some spots, but by and large, I see no reason why that defense can't pick up where it left off. And what is, when you look at Juju, you see a kid like this whose stardom has just exploded. He had a bit of a setback last year in terms of his meteoric rise, and some of that's injuries, some of that was quarterback play. Do you see a situation where he maybe isn't a Steeler in 2021?
You got to take into consideration injury, I suppose, and lack of Ben. And that's probably true with any of the receivers. So, he's big, he's strong, powerful, quick. I see a big bounce back year, obviously, if they play and Ben's fine and good to go. But, and then what do? Revisit, at the end of this year, if all goes well, I suppose.
Yeah, and that's the thing. They like to lock guys up, as I believe they'll do with Cam Hayward sometime during training camp here. Get those extensions and get them done, and you'd like to think they would do that with Juju, but we'll see. It's certainly a business first, as we're finding out in many different parts of the country these days with the NFL, but. Just a reminder, Deck Roofing serves Broward County and the Southern Palm Beach counties. Whether it's commercial, residential, multifamily, or condos, contact Deck Roofing today by visiting deckroofing.com. Rick, we won't keep you here too much longer, but we talked obviously a little bit about your Hall of Fame stuff and what could potentially happen this season. Did you typically make a trip every year to Latrobe for training camp?
No, not at all, because I looked at it as, I go to every single game for all preseason regular, and it's 203 straight now.
Oh, wow.
Year 20, like I said.
Wow.
Last game I missed was in Three River Stadium. So for me, I kind of looked at it like, I'm there as much as possible, and for me to stand in the crowd of sweating thousands of people on the sideline, I'm out. And since I've had kids, it's not happening. My kids are so young, so I just look at it. I take my kids to one of the preseason games, all of them. So we all sit together, and they look forward to that every year, and that's not going to happen. So and
it is. It is. It's just one more rite of passage that is kind of being stripped and so on. But it's going to be unusual. I have to believe the players probably are going to love having training camp there. I assume they'll be able to sleep in their own beds every night, and you don't have to worry about crazy entrances to St. Vincent from guys in helicopters
and
or anything remotely like that. But oh man, I just hope we get this thing going. I hope we have football, and I don't know. I just, like someone like yourself who's been so invested in this franchise for so long. I can't even imagine what not having it would feel like. So I'm hoping for you and all of us that we have Steelers football. So, Rick, I just want to again thank you for jumping on with us, or with me in this case.
Thanks for having me
for a few minutes today, and we'll let you get back to quarantining with the kids, as they call it,
exactly,
and all that, man. So that's it. We'll wrap it up. I'm kind of stumbling over my words as I finish up here because I just had this weird feeling of not having football, and now I'm sad. So anyway, that's
all
it,
right, brother.
Yeah, you take care, man. Thanks again.
All right, man. Yep, I'll see you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, everybody, you've been listening to the Steel City Blitz Steelers podcast presented by Deck Roofing of South Florida. And that is it for today. We will be back with another episode with Ben and Ian, perhaps Ellie as well, coming up Tuesday or Wednesday of this coming week. All right, signing off. And hey, go Steelers.